Okay, so it's Monday, November 9th, 2009. In other words, 3 years, 1 month, and 12 days until the Earth gets ripped in half by a black hole, nuclear war, a meteor strike, or another form of Armageddon that destroys all life on Earth. And yes, I'm talking about December 21st, 2012. The end of the world. Otherwise known as complete and utter bullshit. Okay, so for you people out there looking for a video with scientific evidence to debunk the whole 2012 apocalypse theory, well, I just don't have that. However, I do see that the world was supposed to have ended about 7 times since the 80s, and we are a people who tend to see the Virgin Mary's face in a burnt toaster pastry. So take those two inconvenient truths and mix them both together and you have a formula to see that we're probably once again just overreacting and seeing shit that's just not there. And to that phrase, every married guy out there just thought to himself, yeah, I know what that's like. Okay, so as some of you may or may not know, there is a belief that on December 21st, 2012, the world will end. Due to that being the date that the Mayan calendar ends. Saying that this means the end of the world is like saying when the odometer in your car reaches all 9s and on the next mile is going to revert the count back to 0. Instead of cycling the count around back to 0, your car is going to explode. Yeah, it's kind of a leap. But let's face it, we have had a long, sad history of wanting to believe that the world is ending. June 6, 2006. The world was ending. Y2K New Year's 2000. The world was ending. I remember the Y2K scare. People actually believed that we were going to live all like Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and shit after the New Year's of 2000. We cleaned out grocery stores and gun shops to fortify our homes and wait for the apocalypse to come on January 1st, 2000. Oh, this was not the zombie dream we all knew and loved. This shit got real. People expected to wake up to shotgun blasts and Molotov cocktails like it was Left 4 Dead or something, but in the end, they woke up like this. What? What time is it? No apocalypse, just a hangover. And an entire garage packed with non-perishable canned food and space blankets. And rest assured, this time in 2012, history will repeat itself. We're going to be so worked up over this, we're going to expect to wake up to the blood-soaked moon and fire and brimstone like it's the day of Lavos or some shit. But in reality, we're probably going to wake up like this. I'm alive. I gotta go buy Christmas presents now, damn it. The world is not going to end in 2012. Even the modern day Mayans say that the end of the world notion is bullshit. And yes, there are still Mayans in the world. Mayan archaeologist Jose Hucum says, and this is a quote, "If I went to some Mayan-speaking communities and asked people what was going to happen in 2012, they wouldn't have any idea. We have real concerns these days like rain." The authors of what we've taken as the end of the world prophecy say that the 2012 end of the world theory is bullshit. I don't know about you, but I'll take their word over ours. Because something tells me that modern day Mayans might know a little more about the subject rather than some fanatic in Mississippi screaming, "Martha, get the kids, the world's ending! We all gonna die! World's ending! We all gonna die!" The great thing about this is this should be the final Crywolf scenario pertaining to the end of the world. If this doesn't pan out, no one can ever claim to know when the world's gonna end. Ever again. It'll just be like,
yes, the star alignment strongly suggests that the,
Save it, the whole Mayan Armageddon thing didn't work out. You don't know what you're talking about, just save it. But you know the funny thing is we won't let it go. Because when we are still alive on December 22nd, 2012, by December 23rd at the latest, some quadruple PhD guy from Harvard is going to come out and say,
well, you see, the Latin term for the end of the world is Armageddon. And if you arrange key letters in the word Armageddon correctly, and add a few missing fragments, you will then clearly see that it spells the title of Tupac's album, Loyal to the Game. And loyal sounds like royal, and a royal deck has 52 cards in it, which of course clearly means 52 years past said Armageddon 2012, so technically speaking the world will end in 2064. But don't worry, it will happen, we promise. And it will then, as now, be a load of shit. Now I imagine there are people who are going to watch this and completely disagree with me and think that the world is indeed doomed in 3 years and I'm an ignorant dick to say otherwise. And who is right? Only time will tell. But if I am indeed wrong and the world does end in 2012, well, I would formally apologize right here, but we're all going to be dead. So as Linkin Park once said, in the end, it doesn't even matter. Just please, don't blindly follow the Sci-Fi Channel specials and news tabloids that scream the end is nigh, for the sake of getting you all worked up just to sell more D batteries and Bunsen burners. Instead, concern yourself with more worthwhile endeavors in life. Like, how do we get the show Firefly back on the air?
So what do you believe is going to happen on December 21st, 2012? Comment me, message me, I want to know what you think. And stay tuned for my review of the 2012 movie where we take a good look at the one thing that's more ridiculous than the world tearing in half in 3 years. And that is that Roland Emmerich is still allowed to make movies.